Welcome to my podcast. And today, our featured guest, Diana Machin from Chicago.
Thank you so much.
Marketing on social media for quite some time and achieved tremendous success. So tell me where you started, how you come up with the idea that social media can be great marketing tool for you to gain clients and generate business.
It all started from where I began in real estate. I started with basically being in the country for 3 years. I moved from Ukraine. I knew barely anyone. And the best source of income for me at that time was cold calling. I realized really quickly that there is a restraint to how many people I can call on a daily basis. So as I grew my business, so 3, 4 years into the business, I realized that I have to keep adding in additional lead sources. So cold calling still to this day is a great lead source for me. But about 2, 3 years ago, I decided that Instagram is going to be my lead source as well. I didn't want to do Instagram or Facebook or TikTok just for the sake of doing it because you're kind of supposed to do it. I wanted to spend time on it, be intentional with it. And I decided that, okay, I'm going to invest my time, but it's going to give me a return on it. And that's how it all started, is with a commitment.
How long you've been doing this on Instagram? How quickly can you get as famous as you are? In other words, how long did it take?
I wouldn't call myself famous, first of all.
10,000 followers. It is considered to be famous.
Thank you.
A
Thank you for
lot of
that.
agents would be jealous for having 10,000 followers. So you are famous.
And if you have local followers and you only have 800, that's wonderful. That's wonderful because that's 800 of local people that can use you or refer you. So it doesn't really matter on account of followers, but it does matter what you put out as your content. Is it interesting? How I started was basically I believe it's 2 or 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago where I decided I'm going to spend time on Instagram. First, I did very sporadic posting. I would just post whenever I felt like it or I had some time. I didn't really have a strategy behind it. I was just thinking, okay, let me just post and see what happens. And I was like about 600 followers. So 2 years ago, that's when I really committed and said, okay, this is going to be my lead source. I hired a lady that would keep me accountable to do videos. So she was the one that would message me every week. Okay, where are we meeting? When are we meeting? These are the videos that I think we should shoot. I would have, okay, maybe we'll have my own ideas. And so we would shoot different videos from what I thought would be on par with my brand. So that really elevated my Instagram presence right away. And you do see response, but after about 9 to 12 months. So it's kind of like a farming. You really see almost nothing. And in the beginning, you're putting all this energy, you're excited. After 2, 3 months, that excitement does come down. And you're like, is it really worth to do this? I mean, I could be door knocking or doing open houses or spending time with family. Why am I doing these silly videos? At the end of the day, you really have to commit for a year before you quit. And if it doesn't work for you, I mean, I really don't believe it's not going to work. If you're really doing videos and you're intentional with what you're putting into the world, you will see people reaching out to you and saying, oh my gosh, my aunt needs a realtor. We were thinking of buying a home. We want you to be our realtor. And that's the best power of Instagram.
I think you shared very valuable point here. Where you start, you have a very long journey before you start seeing the success. However, having someone who keeping you accountable would be a good partnership to get through these ups and downs. And sometimes I know how it feels, like you're not feeling making the video, but you still have to because you have your goal. How you come up with content ideas? Do you have any kind of automations? Share your tricks and tips with us.
Of course. How I started coming up with content was basically consuming content. It's really important to know what's trending, what people like these days. What are the videos that get lots of views? And what are the videos that get no views? Because there are a lot of realtor videos that get lots of views. And at this time, I even analyzed, okay, is this the video that's popular because other realtors thought it was funny, but not consumers? Or is it funny because consumers thought it was funny and they were the ones sharing and commenting? So I always at this point of my career and growth on Instagram, I analyzed that because I done so many videos that were extremely funny, but got me nowhere because it was just other realtors commenting and finding it funny, which is great because we're also doing agent to agent referrals and all of that. I decided to focus my Instagram on specifically consumers, local people in Chicago that I want to attract, I want to get as clients. So my page is not focused on attracting realtors as my audience. My page is focused on attracting anyone and everyone that lives in Chicago suburbs that could use my help. And recently, so my page has always been everything about real estate in Chicago suburbs. Recently, I decided to change it and say everything about life and homes in Chicago suburbs. So I don't want people to follow me just when they're looking for a home. I want them to follow my account and find my account interesting, even when they're just living in the suburbs, because they could be 2, 3 years out. They not necessarily want to see real estate statistics and houses for sale all the time, but they do want to see, okay, what is the cool restaurant in town? You know, where do you get croissants or something like that? So that's been my evolvement with Instagram.
Yeah, I noticed that reel with Coruscant the other day. It was very engaging. It's really hard to resist not to click like on it. So
Well, that's
tell us
also with a sense of humor. Humor is great.
exactly. The humor will take that emotions into the video. It's not just house after house after house. You show your personality. I totally get it.
Well, and the other trick that I'll tell you about video topics is that when I'm talking to clients and I see that they ask me a question, I was like, "Ooh, I can use that as a video." So I repurpose that question. I have a Trello board and I just write down random sentences, random questions over there. And when it's time to record videos, I'll pull up my Trello board and I'll see what topics come to really resonate with me at that day. And then I'll talk about the topic. I had one video where I was coming into the house and I say hello, and then somebody responds back to me hello when I know the owners just left. And that was a really great video. I wouldn't make this video as good as it was if I didn't specifically think about that situation at that time. And it's like, this is a great video moment. I'm going to record a quick video of the parrot that was saying hello to me at the vacant house. And then I'll tell the story to people that can, experience the behind the scenes. And it was a wildly popular video because it's, first of all, true story. Second of all, I prepared for this story. So I took some notes when I was right there at the meeting. I took a video of that parrot so I can show the proof there was actually a parrot. And those are the greatest videos that get so much views and response is, people love that kind of stuff, like real life story, real life questions.
So you pretty much just have some kind of notes always with you, and you when that idea pops into your head, you're like, yes, I need to record that type of reel or that type of story, right?
Yes, exactly. What you focus on, expense. So if you're focusing, okay, everything could be a video for me. So it's just picking out what's going to be a great topic, what resonates with me, my brand. Then you'll have so many ideas. It will be just about execution at that point.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So do you have any content calendar that, let's say, I'm posting, let's say, houses on Monday, like market tips on Tuesday, something like that, or you just purely go with the flow?
Yeah, I try to do the calendar. I feel like that's a little too restrictive at that point. I tried to do so. On Monday was Motivation Monday. On Tuesday was some kind of tip. On Wednesday it would be a house. On Friday it would be something funny. On Saturday would be a restaurant review. It just, I don't know. I don't want to be like a commercial business being on Instagram. I just want to be like a real human being, a real person, and real person doesn't really have like these buckets. So you can have the buckets if that's what helps you get it done. That's great. But if you're a more creative personality, like A type personality, it could be a little hard unless you have someone who's like specifically like they already got the buckets, they're already posting it for you. I'm still overseeing every single post. I'm reviewing the video before it's posted. I'm most of the time I'm coming up with the video text. Then we're posting it into stories. So I don't have that like Mondays we do this and Tuesdays we just whatever feels right, whatever works right, and that's what we do.
Hmm, very interesting. You mentioned that someone's doing the editing for you, or did you hire marketing agency? Someone's helping you on production side?
Not the marketing agency. I did hire a local lady that comes and she knows how to edit videos. She doesn't do professional video editing like you would hire someone for YouTube or something like that. She just really handy with CapCut, which is an app that everybody can learn to use. And Instagram, the great Instagram app actually has a video editor already built in into the Reels section. So you can easily record yourself on your cell phone, just on the camera, and then copy the videos into the Instagram app. If you can cut them whenever it's appropriate, where you're saying like or you're just starting for a couple seconds, so there's no dead space. And I mean that's really all you need. If you wanted extra accountability, there are local people that can certainly you can hire for inexpensively. Basically, people that already are using TikTok and Instagram, and they can make money off of that, or just use like a Fiverr person for editing the raw videos that you shoot yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I love CapCut myself. Beautiful, and it's free program. So
Yeah,
I get a lot of questions like, "What's the best program? What's the best equipment?" Cell phone and CapCut can create beautiful videos like yours, right?
truly, yes.
Well, Diana, maybe you can share with us the story of success on Instagram. Tell us how many clients you getting from Instagram. Do you get text messages? Yeah, Diana, we ready to list.
I do actually, and I've been surprised. So I've been going to different conferences, like Tom Ferry conference, and I've heard from many agents that have a lot of followers on Instagram. Some of them have hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, like a lot more than me. And they say they do not get any business from Instagram, and that just shocked me because it's amazing to have 30,000, 60,000 followers, but if it doesn't give you business, what's really the point of that? It's just for the vanity, or are we really doing business off of this? So I do get business, and I think first thing is that I show my personality. I don't just post just listed, just sold, or look how great I am as a realtor. I also show my personality. I'm a big fan of Miracle Mornings, so I'll record myself working out in the morning. I'll record myself writing my gratitudes. This morning I posted about like what I'm grateful for, which Tom has been inspiring us so much with that. And second of all is that I ask my followers to recommend me. I ask them to use me as an agent, not in a salesy way, but kind of like I would love to your help, and I do great service for my clients. And if you know anyone, please recommend us. And that's how I got in business. It does come in cycles. So right now we are in October, and it's a slower season for most of the leads, not just Instagram, but most of the leads are kind of slower, and they pick up all in the summer. So it's been like that with Instagram too. And a lot of ladies would reach out to me and they'll say, I've been following you for a while, and we're looking to buy a home, and we want you to be our realtor. And it's the best kind of message that I can get. Or I got a message from this lady that works for a loan officer, knows like 100 realtors, and she reached out to me. She's like, Diana, I want you to list my house. When can you come over? And that was like the sweetest message I could ever get. I mean, it warmed my heart for weeks after I got that. So it's a long game, but people get to know you. Whoever doesn't like you, they wouldn't hire you anyway, so it's no problem. And whoever actually liked your personality can trust you, and they just it's an instant yes at that point whenever they are ready to pull the trigger on buying or selling.
Yes, exactly. People feel your personality and they naturally want to connect with you. And this is how you're taking advantage of this platform by sharing your emotions.
Thank you. Everybody has their personality too. So there is a I feel like there's a buyer for every kind of a personality. There are people that want very strict, direct kind of a realtor. Maybe not me. Maybe someone wants a realtor that's very analytical, or someone that's going to be talking statistics to them all the time. And there is a market for those kind of buyers too. So don't be worried that maybe you don't have like this bubbly personality. Whatever personality you have, there are so many people that would love a realtor like you. So don't be afraid to go on video and just show yourself.
Maybe we can go a little deeper on that. I hear a lot of questions from agents who starting in social media and video marketing altogether. How to overcome fear of being on camera? Oh, my hair is not right. I have too much suntan, not enough suntan, too much to makeup, etc. So we all been there. And how did you overcome that fear?
I guess it was just I am who I am. My hair is not perfect right now. So it's just how it is. That's how I am in real life. And there are always Instagram filters, guys. So if you don't feel your best self the day when you're shooting, just shoot with a filter. That's my honest answer.
We have all kind of crazy filters. Maybe make it funny with a filter completely covering your face. Good point. Good
You can
point.
do whatever you want these, as long as it's, if even if you do something funny where you're not in it, you can get away with that. Just very important point is not to laugh at clients, because so many realtors are doing videos laughing at clients and kind of putting them down. It makes me cringe, because even as a real, I would never put anything like that out into the world, and or do that, because clients are paying our mortgage and paying for our lives. You cannot do that, so please don't do that.
Sure, I would never hire someone who would be laughing at me. And you're right. It's totally fine to laugh at ourselves, though, right?
Mhm.
Looking in a little bit in the future or more of current trends, what are you recommending in terms of Instagram?
So many things are going on. So the one thing that I had to learn this year is that Instagram Reels became so popular that everybody started doing them. And the views went down by like 60, 80%. It was crazy. So I was used to having 10,000 views. I mean, I had videos that were 50,000, 60,000. One video was like over 100,000 views. And I thought this was going to be forever, that I'll just have like this amazing reach. It's going to be awesome. At the end of the day, now I have over 10,000 followers. My views are 1,500, 2,000, 2,300, 3,500 once in a while, but that's it. And I've noticed that a lot of big accounts, basically only 1% of the audience gets to see what you're putting as your videos or posts. So don't be overwhelmed with the amount of views. Even 10 views is great, because it's 10 people that wouldn't hear you otherwise, and they're hearing you now. So it's all good. Posts are also great, as long as you're posting something about real estate or something else. You have to explain what are you posting. So if you're posting a statistic about what's going on in the market, what does it mean that it's 14 days is the average days on market? Like, is that good? Is it bad? Is it average, or is it high or low? So you kind of have to explain that when you're posting on any platform, Instagram, Facebook. I think we're going back to being social on these platforms, and Instagram and Facebook are great for promoting ourselves, but it's also about being interested in other people. So if you're not going back and engaging with people that you have that are following you, your reach is going to be going down, 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 and people will be responding less and less to your posts and what you're doing as a realtor online. And you could be giving like really great information, but if you're not engaging with people that already follow you, they just will stop seeing your stuff. It's just how Instagram works. So I think that's the biggest thing that I got out of this year.
100% on board with you in terms of this is social media and it's designed to be social, and talking to people on any social media platform is essential. I know a lot of agents, they love posting, but they have 15 comments unresponded, and these people feel like they just left behind. If I comment something, I expect a response back. It makes total sense. Can you tell us a little bit of the paid marketing? Have you ever paid for boosting videos or any other ways of bringing more attraction to your reels, to your posts this way? Have you ever paid for boosting videos or any other ways of bringing more attraction to your reels, to your posts this way?
Yes, I have definitely done that. I actually just hired a person that could help me with Facebook advertising, so doing it on the Facebook Business Manager. What he told me is that when you're boosting things, you're basically losing 60% of the budget because of how Instagram and Facebook is set up. That it's just losing a lot of that budget, and you're getting very little for the money that you're spending. So it's better to do it through the Facebook, the Business Manager, which is so hard these days. So I haven't done Facebook marketing by myself in a while. I started when I had so much time. My first, second year in the business, I was doing Facebook ads all the time. Right now, it's more time consuming, and I just hired someone that knows how to do that versus me trying to play with it by myself. But I will tell you that I have been able to figure out Google Ads. So for YouTube videos are amazing to do the Google Ads just to drive more views on the YouTube videos. And those are the skippable ads. So someone has to watch like 3 or 5 seconds of your video before they can skip. And turned out to be really great, very cost effective. I've gotten great views on my listing videos, on videos that I did for market update. That was really great. So for the area that I did a market update, I did also a Google ad for people that live in that area, and I think I put like $300 behind it. It got 1,800 views just off of the advertising. I think I had 300 organic views, so over 2,000 views. And my neighbors were actually saying, "Oh my gosh, I see you on YouTube," and I've never heard that from my neighbors, so that was kind of cool.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. Sometimes hiring and outsourcing these managers, I think it makes sense just financially, because why would we do everything ourselves if someone can help you save money? It's more of a form of saving money, in my opinion, when a professional would manage your ad account.
Just takes so much time to set it up. Like it's like hours of figuring it out, and you're better off doing phone calls than doing that.
That's so true. Thank you so much, Diana, for joining me. I got a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting notes from you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Such a pleasure. Thank you, Roman, for having me.